I'm excited to bring our guest in today. Yes, we got it. Yes.
Woo! The technical difficulties were
I
serious.
know. It's like I can't get you, and then it was just like, well, we're here now. So welcome. For that. So I am so excited to have you here tonight. So hello, everyone, and welcome to Paint to Inspire Women Making Their Mark Life Series. This is our second episode. Um, and I'm your host, Laura Hoyos from Paint to Smile, where we bring you face painting, balloon twisting, caricatures, a lot of amazing events for corporate and private. As a women-owned business and minority-owned, I am so proud to have met amazing women in my journey. I say that I'm blessed. And I think that it's so important that we support each other, which is why I started this series, because through our stories, I believe women inspire and uplift and empower each other. And I have had the honor to have met Brenda in that journey. So today, I am thrilled to welcome Brenda Green, owner of B Green Health Coaching and a nationally board certified health and wellness coach specializing in cancer survivorship. As a breast cancer survivor herself, Brenda is dedicated to helping others reclaim their health and thrive after treatment. She's also the inspiring founder of the Kids Blessing Back Project. She's also a mom and a wife, just to add that, right? And Brenda, thank you so much for joining us. I say that because, you do so much,
Yeah.
right? It's not just our business, it's everything
Yeah,
else.
it is
Um,
definitely everything else.
so can you share our personal journey with us with breast cancer and how it transformed your perspective on health and wellness and how that brought you into what you're doing today with your business?
Absolutely, Laura. First of all, I want to say thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, of
It's always a
course.
pleasure connecting with you and seeing you. We've been, um, excuse me, we've known each other for a couple years now, for several years now at this point. And it's always a pleasure just to connect with you and see how you're doing and blossoming as well. So thank you for including me in this series and being your second one.
Hey,
Yay!
always.
So to answer your question, how did breast cancer, you know, uh, mold me into entrepreneurship? I think going into my breast cancer journey, which was in 2016, I realized that a lot of women, I was always an active person. And I was pretty healthy. My doctors told me that I recovered very quickly because I had an active lifestyle and because I lived a pretty healthy life. And it had me thinking how would my journey would have been different if I wasn't as healthy or I didn't take care of myself. And that really triggered because what I really thought was of everyone around me, my mom, my aunts, my family, how do they take care of themselves? Do they take care of themselves in case, something happens to them that they were able to be rebound and recover quickly? And that's really where the journey started. And it so happens that same year I did lose my very close aunt to diabetes, who suffer from diabetes. I lost her that same year, and it was really a testament to my mission, where it was how could I help women? I didn't have the knowledge to help her, but how could I help other women become healthier to prevent diseases? And really, that's where the journey started, was to prevent diseases.
To prevent it.
And to prevent. And if you were diagnosed with anything, whether it is any chronic illness, whether it's hypertension, whether it's diabetes, whether it's cancer, you have the tools that you need, or at least started those tools so you could get healthier and recover quicker. So that's where really it all started, but it definitely has evolved in the
Yeah.
years. I've
I
always
can
did have,
see that.
yeah, it definitely has evolved. My business wasn't even called Be Green Health Coaching. It started as Fit for a Better Me,
But feed
where I
for
was doing,
everybody.
where I
And I
was
took some
teaching.
of your classes
Yeah,
virtually.
yep.
I was one of
I used
those.
to teach the virtual fitness classes, and that's kind of where it started. But as I started to fall in love with just the industry itself, it just started to evolve. And now I'm dedicating my time more with cancer survivors and cancer survivorship because there's a huge gap in between, while you're going through your journey with treatment, and when that journey ends, you have all the support while you're there. But when that journey ends, that support is kind of gone, and then you're left with all the pieces of what happened with cancer, and how you put that back together. And that's kind of where I step in now as a cancer coach.
As a cancer coach, yes, because
Mm-hmm.
it's really important in our community. I think in our Latina community, you're
Mm-hmm.
also from Dominican
Dominican
descent.
Republic. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so de la República Dominicana. I
Yes.
think
Yes.
in our culture, women kind of put everybody else's needs first,
Absolutely.
and it's
Yeah.
like the family, everything else, and then they come last.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we're trained that way, and as we get
Mm-hmm.
older, we realize like self-care and self-love um
It's not
is not
selfish.
necessarily, it's
Mm-hmm.
not selfish. Yes,
Not
it's just
selfish.
you're looking out for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because how you're gonna pour from an empty cup.
Absolutely.
So I've seen your business transform,
Yeah.
and I've seen how you started with Fit for a Better Me, and then now you're with B Green Health Coaching
Mm-hmm.
and kind of working with women one to one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as women, as and I'm about to be 10 years in Paint to Smile this year.
Wow,
Um,
congratulations.
Thank you. And I've had to pivot and add and change throughout the journey to still be
Mm-hmm.
here 10 years
Wow.
later. And what can you say to those that are like in that, you're a business owner, you have an idea, but it's not quite getting there. It's like, do you give up? Like, what were some of your thoughts that went through as like your business evolved?
As it evolved, yeah. To be honest with you, I stumbled upon the business just because of that, and it was all trial and error for me.
Mhm.
I had the idea when I first started just to do some fitness classes via Zoom before Zoom was a thing. Before COVID, I started that business, 2, 3 years before COVID happened. So that wasn't a thing. It was something new. Um, and just learning throughout the way, I'm a huge learner. Like I'm always willing to learn, like what is it that I need to do next? So for anyone out there who wants to start a business, it's just like, just jump, start with the first thing, and the ball will start rolling. Put that effort
Yes.
in, and the ball will start rolling. I really believe in, if it's meant for you, and then you're in alignment with what God wants you to do, He will start opening doors that you don't even realize that were there. And that's really how I got to this point. Um, and just a couple days ago, I got a flashback on my phone, and it was one of my first vending events that I did as Fit for a Better Me. And it said it was 6 years ago. And I'm sitting there like, that couldn't be 6 years ago. Like, there's
Mhm.
no way. I've
Mhm.
grown so much, not only
Mhm.
in business, but as a person, as a mom, as a wife, because everything was just rolling, and just following what's the next step. So just start, just take that first step. Whether you don't need to see the staircase, like they say, just have faith, take that first step, and things will start rolling.
Yes, I always say momentum is
Mm-hmm.
important, and you got
Mm-hmm.
to take a leap of faith and just trust that things will
Will
happen.
happen. Yeah.
And if, like you said, if you're if that's the right move for you,
Mm-hmm.
things are going to start falling into place. You're going to
Absolutely.
start meeting the people that are going to help you.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's great. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
momentum, and things are going to
Momentum.
keep rolling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now, walk me through. Um, how do you work one on one with a cancer survivor? Well, how does that look for them? Because I know that this is really important work for you.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So I do one-on-ones, and I'm working on a group program as well. That I am piloting it in the fall. So I'm excited about that. My one-on-ones is just it's right now it's referrals coming in of anyone who needs assistance, and it's really I'm specific with the cancer survivors. You have to be 3 months or more outside of treatment because I
Okay.
don't want to um, overwhelm you with more stuff if you're still in treatment. Because once you're
Okay.
still in treatment, you still got a lot going on. It's you're trying to just navigate the doctor's appointments and the treatments and the chemo and the side effects and everything else. So it's anyone that's outside of 3 months or
Okay.
more, and obviously have clearance with their doctors. So I provide obviously one-on-one consultations. We go over what is it that they need at this time. We go over, so there's exercise, there's nutrition, counseling, but it's really geared towards what is it that they need at the time. And then we evolve from there. We create a plan. So
Yeah.
is it stress management? Is it support? Like, how can you find support? So all of those things and just navigating those steps. But it is one-on-one, and it just really depends on what the person needs.
So it could be support, it could be nutrition, it could be health, it could be you implement it all in there.
Yes.
It's based
Yes.
and customized for each client.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. Yes, it's definitely and it's implementing the strategies and tools that they may need to get to that next level.
Okay, I that's great
Mm-hmm.
because everybody's going through a different journey. Now, we just
Absolutely.
think now you have started this nonprofit,
Yes.
and how you know, I tell you, you're a mom, you're a wife, you got all these things, you got a business, and you got a nonprofit too. So tell me how this kids the Kids
The ki-
Blessing Back project,
yes.
how did that came to be,
Okay, so
and why you started it?
yeah, so that just came to be. That was not planned. That wasn't it wasn't even supposed to be a nonprofit. Things just again, I took one step. So it's totally separate from what I do with my cancer survivorship and fitness and nutrition aspect of it, of coaching. And the Kids Blessing Back started honestly when my daughter was around 5 years old. Um,
Yeah, she
for the people here in
she
the East
plays a big
Coast.
part.
Yeah, she plays a big part. It's really because of her that I started it. I wanted to teach her a way to give back at a young age when she was around 5. And unfortunately, because she was 5, everything I looked for online, it was just not suitable for a 5-year old. And I really wanted to teach her how to give back because we had a whole episode where she just flipped out about giving a quarter to someone in need. And that's kind of where the vlog started. Once I saw that, I was like, okay, we need to learn how to give back. And so I started looking online to see if there was any volunteer opportunities, but everyone was like, no, she's too young, she's too young, she's too young. And then I found someone who had posted, I don't even know so I can't even give credit. She had like a plastic Ziploc bag. She called it a blessing bag, and she put a lot of things that, someone who lives on the street or homeless needs. And I was like, oh, that's exactly what we could do. So,
Yes, I
I took it to the
remember.
store. Yep, we took it to the store. We bought some stuff, put it in a bag, and we kept the bags in our car. And
Okay.
every time we saw anyone who may need it, we gave them a bag. And that's how she started learning. And the first year that it became a thing, my cousin had asked me, oh, I see you're doing, some give back, giving back. I want my kids to get involved. So that was a light bulb, like, oh, so if he needs it, that means other parents are looking for something like this too. So I
Okay.
opened it
So,
up.
so
Yeah,
other
so
kids.
then, yeah, so other kids. So it's an annual event, it's a 1 day event where the kids, I encourage the parents to have the kids earn their money, take them to the store, earn their money through chores, take them to the store to buy the items that they want to donate. And then we have an assembly day where all the kids come with all the donations, and then we collect a ton of other donations from other places, and the kids put the bags together.
Nice.
They put the bags together, so they get to see the entire process. They get to, so it's a financial literacy part of it in there too, just so they can learn how to manage money and
It's a
to
lot.
give back as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
So,
it's it's a whole it's a
okay.
whole thing, and we've been doing it
If she was
for
still here.
8-9 years. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you, but you froze. I can
Oh,
hear you.
okay.
Whoa. Okay, let's see if it's. I can hear you, but you're first. So if it keeps coming, we'll reconnect. It's back.
Okay.
You're back.
Okay.
No.
So that's how the kids blessing bag,
Okay.
and we're about 7 years in, 8
7
years.
years in.
Yeah,
8 years.
7 or 8. I don't even
Okay.
know.
7, 8 years. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that's good. So about the same type that you started your
yeah. Just about.
entrepreneurial thing. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Now, you did, I love the fact that you're taking them through the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just like, oh, they'll just come and assemble,
Mm-hmm.
assemble the packages,
Mm-hmm.
and, give them to the person in need. They have to come up with the money. So
Yeah.
they're coming up with like, I really want to do this.
Yes.
That's great because you're teaching
Yeah.
them at a young age the importance of giving back to our community.
Correct.
Um,
Correct.
and
Mm-hmm.
around what time does this happen? And I know
Uh,
so people
yes. So the annual
could join
event usually
if
lasts.
they're interested.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. We have a complete separate Instagram page for that. It's the Kids Blessing Back Project. And so the annual event is usually in December,
Mm-hmm.
the first or second week in December on the weekends, right here we're based out of Secaucus, New Jersey.
Okay.
Last year, we've been growing every single year. Last year, we had over 50 kids come and donate and put together the bags. Yeah, and we donate them to shelters. After COVID, now we do give them to the shelters. Before COVID, we used to go out to the street and actually give them out to their hands.
Do you know how many bags were you able to donate last year?
Last year, we donated two. So far in the years that we've been doing this, we've donated over 900 bags.
Wow, that's great. I love
Yeah,
those numbers. Oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah, yeah.
That's great. I
Yep.
love it. They're gonna keep rising.
Oh
I
yes.
love that.
Yeah, yeah. I was
So
trying to hit the 1,000 mark last year, but didn't quite make it. But
no,
we're
you're
almost
gonna
there.
make it this year. We're
Yeah,
gonna do it. I'm gonna share it.
absolutely.
I'm gonna put all the information
Yeah.
below because all these mamas are gonna want to join you during
Yes,
December. I
absolutely.
will I will harass you in December so you can sell all the info so I can share
I
it
love
because
it.
we have a lot of Bergen uh
Uh,
Bergen County
County
moms here
moms.
that are gonna want to
Oh,
do that.
absolutely.
Yes,
Yes,
I would
yes,
love
yes,
to
yes.
share that and
Yes,
with
please do.
everybody. Um so now uh uh as a as a we're with cancer and with entrepreneurship and with all this, you mentioned you had grown immensely, not only as a person but an
Hmm.
entrepreneur. I think, you know, as an entrepreneur with your business, you build your resilience, right? That's the one thing that, for you not to give up. And how has your business evolved and and I know that it keeps evolving
Hmm.
and how do you see it like in the future? How do you see yourself with, coaching your clients and what is something that you have
In mind.
for the yes.
Yeah. So I'll do two parts with the coaching part, and then I'll talk about the nonprofit. But for the coaching vision is this program that I'm putting together to be one of the standards that's going to be available at all hospitals and all community centers that provide cancer treatment. So one, have other coaches also um, get certified in teaching this program specifically. So that's kind of the goal, is to have other coaches. Obviously, I can't do it all. We're in the
Yes.
very early stages,
Yeah.
but I'm going to be in the testing phase, and within the next 3 or 4 years, the goal is to have other coaches get certified in this, and then they could spread it across the board as
Yeah.
well.
I think
Hmm.
I love the
Yeah.
vision and we need it. Um,
Hmm.
now you run a lot of things and you're women in business, like I said, and I always keep telling
Hmm.
all the women bosses, I'm like, yeah, you're a mom, you're a wife, you're a sister, you're a daughter.
Yeah.
um Now, as a woman business owner, who have overcome many challenges, right?
Hmm.
What advice would you give other women looking to start their own businesses that are a mom, that are, a wife just like you,
Yeah.
what would you tell them?
Um, I would say, because I jumped into it without knowing what it entails to start a business. It sounds good at first,
Hmm.
like, oh, I'm gonna start doing this, but when you get into the nitty gritty, there's a lot to take. Is really education. There's a lot of free programs out there that you could take to start learning, and honestly, that's how you and I met.
Yeah.
Was at the HETP program.
Hmm.
And those types of programs that are available are free of charge, and you learn so much, just being in that space and making those connections, so you can know the steps before you fully immerse yourself into something. That way you don't have to double back. Like I know I did. There were certain things, I was like, oh well, I didn't do this. Now I have to go, take two steps back to go forward, because you just don't know. But education would allow you to get those steps. So I will say, jump in, do the research, um, really do the research, and figure it out. It's fun getting a name and getting your logo. Those are the fun things
Those are
when
the
it
fun
comes to
things, yes.
opening. Those are the fun things when it comes to having a business. But in hindsight now, that those are not the only things. There's so much more to it, and having that education is so important.
It's important because,
Mm-hmm.
like, you have this idea, and if you don't have a business management or an entrepreneurial background, it's
Mm-hmm.
you don't know what you're doing. So
You
these
don't.
programs, HETP, with the Statewide Hispanic Chamber of Commerce of New
Correct.
Jersey, they also have LETS.
Mm-hmm.
I also know that I did EPI with
We're
Rutgers
Rutgers, so
University,
did I. Yep.
and,
We
and you
weren't in the
did.
same, but we did. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you did it the class before
Before.
me.
Yeah.
Um, and you've done pitch competitions
Pitch
and you've
competitions.
won.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you've also won grants.
Uh, one or two. Won
Okay.
some
So
grants as well.
grants are big,
Mm-hmm.
especially as a women-owned and minority-owned business. And if you
Yeah.
get certified, those are there for you. I always say the
Absolutely.
same thing. I'm always telling people like, hey, there's all these programs that
Yeah.
are
For sure.
free.
Yeah.
Okay.
That are free.
That
Yeah.
are good
Good.
when you're starting out because you don't
Mm-hmm.
have so much. Like you just keep running through
Yep.
your money. You
Yep.
don't have a lot. So we talk about support. We talk about
Mm-hmm.
these networking events and your community. And how has your community support? How important has it been for you to keep going?
Um, yeah, my community support, whether it's my family, whether it's the clients, is extremely. No, you're frozen. Can you hear me?
I think. Do you want to? I can hear
Oh,
you.
okay.
You're
I can hear
breaking
you
up
too.
a little bit. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you too. Yeah, the support of the community is important. Whether it's family, friends. I mean, first of all, when I was running any events, it was my entire family that was there helping, supporting me and doing all those things. Like I said, that image that I saw from 6 years ago, it was literally my entire family just out there handing out flyers at the vendor and talking to people. And then you build that community, but it definitely starts there when you have that support. It really does help. And again, if you don't have that support in your immediate or your significant other, you find those resources, those networking, those classes, where you can get into those rooms where you can find that support that you need and ask those questions.
Yes, it is. It is
Hmm.
very important.
Hmm.
Um, do you have a message you want to leave those people that connected with us and those that are going to be watching it later? I always say, Brenda, your story is so inspiring because I remember like I learned about it and I was just like, wow, she's so, especially because it touched me because I've lost aunts to breast cancer and one
Hmm.
of my closer aunts, I lost her to breast cancer
I'm
because
sorry to hear that.
uh, they she found out she had it when it was stage 4,
Wow.
and it was just they couldn't really do much.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe in health. I believe that you being healthy and you keeping yourself, with your support and understanding that self-care is necessary,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not selfish, because we're such a big part of our families,
Absolutely.
and they need us, so we want to stay
Mm-hmm.
with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Yeah,
I'm an
absolutely.
advocate of getting checked and doing all you can to stay healthy. Um, is there anything else you want to tell your viewers today?
Um, well, a couple things. Definitely for anyone who's out there who wants to start an entrepreneurship, just do it scared. Just do it. Take the first step and do it scared. We're all still scared. I know a lot of I could speak for myself, but I've been in business for a long time, and there's still things that I still do that I'm scared. Constantly. And I think I posted it just recently of me networking by myself because I didn't have my networking buddies with me. So just do it scared for those who do have cancer or fighting cancer or struggling, after cancer on how to uh, re-enter what normal life is again. And they need any assistance, they could definitely reach out to me at B Green health coach, cancer coach on Instagram, and you could just send me a direct message, and we can link up for there, or just go onto my website and see the type of services that I do have as well.
Okay, I will be
Um,
posting
yeah.
all. I'm losing you again.
Oh, no, sorry. I don't know what's going on with the internet.
It's okay. It's okay.
Hmm.
It's been glitchy the last couple of days. There's a
Hmm.
lot going on
Hmm.
these last couple of days. It's not just this. A lot of other
Yeah,
platforms it's happening.
it's been
But
happening.
thank you
Yeah.
for sharing your story with us. Thank you for being vulnerable. Gracias for all that you do. To all those women that are survivors,
Hmm.
it is important, and you continue to make an impact in the
Oh,
world, one
thank
woman at a
you.
time. You have a fan here. I've loved your journey, and I've loved being able to work with you as well.
Hmm.
So do it and do it scared.
Scared.
I love it. I
Yes,
do.
do
I
it and do
love
it
it.
scared. Yes.
Um,
Thank you, Laura. Thank you so much for having me here
and
and taking the time to speak to me.
of course, of course. I'm going to be sharing Brenda's information, so that's all going to be down below. I'm going to be tagging her and her nonprofit, and I
Yes,
will be
please.
also sharing with you when that time comes in December, because I know that a lot of mamas are going to be
Yeah,
joining you. So,
yeah. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
un
Thank you,
abrazo.
thank you, thank you, thank
So,
you.
Brenda,
Oh,
and I will see you guys the 30th in 2 weeks with another awesome guest.
okay.
Adios.
Awesome. Bye.